The Israel-Palestine conflict is one of the most enduring and complex conflicts. It is a conflict deeply rooted in competing claims to the same land sacred to both Jews and Palestinians. For over a century, this conflict has led to countless lives lost and immeasurable suffering on both sides. Understanding its historical context is crucial to grasping the complexities we see today. The early 20th century witnessed the rise of two competing national movements: Zionism, advocating for a Jewish homeland in Palestine, and Palestinian nationalism, seeking self-determination for the Arab population. The British, who controlled Palestine after World War I, made promises to both sides, fueling tensions. The Holocaust, with its horrors inflicted upon the Jewish people, further strengthened the global call for a Jewish state. In 1947, the United Nations proposed partitioning Palestine into two states, one Jewish and one Arab. This plan was accepted by Jewish leaders, but rejected by the Arab leadership, leading to war in 1948. Resulted in the establishment of the State of Israel and the displacement of hundreds of thousands of Palestinians, an event they refer to as the Nakba, meaning catastrophe. The conflict did not end there. Several wars followed, including the Six-Day War in 1967 and the Yom Kippur War in 1973. These wars had a profound impact on the political geography of the region, with Israel occupying the West Bank, Gaza Strip, and East Jerusalem. This occupation forms the crux of the ongoing conflict. Following World War I, the Ottoman Empire, which had ruled over Palestine for centuries, collapsed. The League of Nations granted Great Britain a mandate over Palestine in 1922 with the stated goal of establishing a national home for the Jewish people. This mandate, however, set the stage for further conflict. Jewish immigration to Palestine, encouraged by the Zionist movement, increased significantly during the British Mandate period. This influx led to growing tensions between the Jewish and Arab populations, who were competing for land and resources. The British, caught in the middle, struggled to balance the demands of both sides. The Arab population, seeing their homeland slowly slipping away, grew increasingly resentful. Violent clashes between Arabs and Jews, as well as against the British authorities, became more frequent. The situation was further exacerbated by the Holocaust, which led to a surge in Jewish refugees seeking sanctuary in Palestine. Faced with mounting pressure and unable to find a solution acceptable to both parties, the British government decided to relinquish its mandate over Palestine in 1947. They handed the responsibility of finding a solution to the newly formed United Nations. This decision marked a turning point in the conflict, leading to the events of 1948 and the creation of Israel. In 1947, the United Nations proposed a partition plan for Palestine, dividing the land into two states, one Jewish and one Arab. Jerusalem, considered sacred by both religions, was to be placed under international control. This plan, while imperfect, represented an attempt to find a peaceful solution to the escalating conflict. The Jewish leadership accepted the partition plan, seeing it as an opportunity to state. The Palestinian leadership, however, rejected the plan, arguing that it was unfair to the Arab majority, who would be forced to relinquish land. The Arab world also opposed the plan, viewing it as a Western imposition. The rejection of the partition plan led to the outbreak of war in 1948. Neighboring Arab states joined the conflict, aiming to prevent the establishment of Israel. The war resulted in a decisive victory for Israel, which expanded its territory beyond the UN-allocated boundaries. For Palestinians, the 1948 war was a catastrophe. Hundreds of thousands of Palestinians fled or were expelled from their homes, becoming refugees in neighboring Arab countries. This event, known as the Nakba, or catastrophe, continues to shape Palestinian identity and their struggle for a homeland. The war also left lasting scars on the region, solidifying the animosity between Israelis and Palestinians.